so many things that change and skew their perspective. You have to show them that it's okay to be a kid. You have to show them that it's okay to be happy. And they don't know that anymore. Sorry, that bothers me.
Yeah. Let's start off by telling us, what do you do for charity?
I've done lots of different things for charity over the years. Currently, my project that I'm working with is called Reading Partners of South Carolina. They're a nationwide group that here in South Carolina helps kids learn how to read and mentoring them, going from kindergarten up to 5th grade, helping them get the concepts of reading, because it's been determined if you're not a good reader or solid reader by 4th grade, you have struggles in life and how you accomplish things and how you take in information and put information back out into the world.
Okay, that's good. So what is the criteria for the children to get involved in the program?
For the kids, I would love to tell you that I know exactly, but I don't, and I'd be lying to you. They're determined by their teachers in different government and state-based testing.
Okay.
And then they're put into the program. Then you have different people that come in and volunteer. They work a lot with AmeriCorps, and then just general volunteers from your local areas.
Okay.
All the schools here in Charleston are in lower income areas. You've got some in the Charleston County area. I work with Pepper Hill right up the street.
Okay.
That's where my little person is.
That's where your little person
He's in 3rd grade. He's cool.
Okay.
Well, he passed. He's going to 4th grade next year, so I don't invest in him again.
That's good. That's good. So, what is the normal trend? Like, what do they say happens to the children if they don't read well by 4th grade?
Reading does so many. I'm a huge avid reader, but reading does so many things in terms of word development, socialization, structure, imagination, confidence, different perspectives. If you don't have an ability to understand how these terms apply in life and in the stories and get your comprehension and your context clues from stories, you have a harder time in social problems in terms of recognizing what's going on in the world and seeing how you fit in the world and what your place can be, and also in terms of basically of learning and your development. If you can't understand the concept of if Johnny does this, then this happens, then when you get into math, you have algebra and algebra 2. If this happens, then this. It's a whole system that works together and starts with reading and understanding how the words correlate to each other.
Okay, so what you're saying is I should put closed caption in this video.
You could, but I mean, words are important. Words are ideas, words are a thought, words take you from step A to step B.
Yeah.
If you don't understand how these words relate to you and get the comprehension of where you're going with the words, then you're missing concepts, you're missing ideas. And context is important because and words are hard, just in general. I mean, spelling of words, wind, W-I-N-D, wine, W-I-N-D, it's the same bloody word.
Yeah.
Or same spelling, but it's really hard to explain those concepts, and if you don't understand that, it's developmentally stunting.
So what got you so involved with the idea of words in general? What was that upbringing for you?
Oh, reading is great. I mean, I'll go back to sounding like a nerd. Reading is fundamental. You go to the whole LeVar Burton, the whole little reading manual.
Yeah.
Loved all that stuff.
Take a look.
Yes! And I have books. I have more books than I will ever need.
Yeah.
Not really, though. When I was a kid, one of the things that my father did, my parents were divorced, and if it was a payday weekend, we went to Walden's Books and I got a new book. That was it. It's fantastic. Books to me take you places. It opens up your imagination. You get to see things from a different viewpoint. You get to meet people that you'd never meet in real life.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of them are fake. Science fiction, fantasy, they're all fantastic. Yeah. But you can meet real people, and you can meet scientists and authors and presidents and people that you can't meet in this life anymore. But in a book, you can meet them. They're real.
Yeah.
You just put yourself in there and you read the book like a fly on the wall watching a movie. I mean, whatever works for you to get the concept and to realize that this person may have the same shared interest as you, and you can learn from them. if you let yourself learn from them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just reading the book because you got nothing to do, those are great too. Those are called Harlequin romances, I think. But everyone needs a little escape.
Yes.
But I find books fascinating. I think they're one of the most important things that we have because words make a difference. How you talk to somebody, what you say to somebody, the words that you use impact people. That's why there's a thing called verbal abuse. I mean, what you say is way more important than, well, I won't say more important, but as important as the actions that you do. Because just because I'm doing something that's fantastic, but I can talk to you and I can put a fire in you and I can make you believe in something and I can make it something that is so real and tangible that you can almost reach out and touch it because you believe it, all because of the words that I've told you and the image that you've made in your mind from it. And I think that if you can get children to get to that point, whereas I don't care what they read, I don't care if they read Dick and Jane, I don't care if they read Batman comic books. If you can form that bridge from the words on the paper to a thought and an idea and something that can go forward, I think that's fantastic. And I like to be a part of that, so that's why I volunteered.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, needless to say, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words never hurt me. You disagree with that?
Oh, words are damaging. Words are extremely damaging. Because we harbor them. We bring them into ourselves. You tell someone they're beautiful, you tell someone they're kind, they're considerate, they're compassionate. You build up their confidence. They believe, hey, I'm a good person in life. You tell someone, you're so selfish, you're constantly ungrateful. I don't understand why you do the things that you do. That tears somebody down.
Yeah.
I mean, words are one of the most powerful things words become thoughts and ideas, and that's what motivates people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think words are very instrumental in development.
So is that part of your practice when you're teaching them to read? Is there words of encouragement that's involved in that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as you go through, and I'm a big, they have wonderful training that tells you how to do all this, and yes, and you go through the training, you watch the videos.
Yeah.
I'm a little off script in life.
Okay.
So, my little person, he's a great kid. He's a Batman fan. So the first thing you have to do when you work with a person, regardless when you meet them, is figure out what makes them tick. What do they like?
Yeah.
He likes comic books. I like comic books. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's how we connected. So, and what we do is once we start our lesson, all the programs, 10 minutes of reading out loud, 45 minutes of the actual session, and you have 5 minutes to kind of bring everything together. Mm-hmm. At the end, it's like, because dealing with a third grader that you don't know and is not sure, can be frustrating. Because you can't say all the things that you would say to your own kids, you have to keep all that locked away. But you have to find out what makes them tick. So what we do is after we do our lesson, the last 5 minutes we'll discuss, so what are you doing now? He's into Minecraft. He has these little figurines that he owns. And he sets them up, and as we read, they read along with us. So it's like, okay, whatever makes you want to do this, I'm good with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not your teacher, so I'm fine with this. But whatever will spark their interest, you hold that. This is what you like Minecraft, you like Batman, fine, we'll come back to this. Let's work on this, and then based on what you've told me, let's go bringing all of this together so you have this concept here and this concept here, and give me some definitions for these words, where do you see them in here? And as they do all that, then you can relate it back to something that they like their Minecraft or Batman or whatever's going on in his personal life that he's telling me about. Because if you can make the concept stick, and they can see the connection, it becomes more valuable to them.
Okay. So in a sense, in order for you to help him learn or for you to teach him, you had to gain a little perspective about him first.
Absolutely. I mean, no one wants to be just talked to.
Yeah.
Some people do, but not a third grader. You have to gain their trust. You have to connect something with them. They have to feel that what you have to say is valuable. Even if you're only there 2 days a week, they have to feel that, okay, you're here to help me. Mm-hmm. You're not going to talk down to me. And you care about what I think. Okay, we're on even playing field. Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to he has to get my perspective, and I have to understand where he's coming from, what frustrates him, what his issues are with this whole process. Why are you here? Do you like it? Do you not like it? How can I help you make this better?
Okay. Do you see others that don't have that style that is negatively impacting the kids?
I don't want to say negative because everybody has their own style of how they do things. I am a very open, straight head-on person. There are some that are out there, which are fantastic, and they're very teacher-like, but very old school teacher-like.
By the book.
Yeah, by the book. It's like, we do this, and this is our objective, and here we do this, and you're gonna read this, and we're gonna go here. And I tried that, because, that's what they teach you to do.
Mm-hmm.
But everything needs a little personality, a little flair, because you have to reach this individual. Not the other 4 kids in the room. They're great. You're my focus.
Right.
You're what I want to. You're who I'm trying to help at this point, and to get you where you need to be. How can I help you? What makes you tick? How do I push those buttons to make you want to do this?
Yeah.
Because I can throw all these words at you, and if you don't want to learn them, you're not going to learn them.
Yeah.
Because you're not invested. You don't care.
So what buttons were pushed to make you do charity?
Oh God, my family's done stuff for years. My father was a sheriff. He volunteered at the zoo. My mom worked at animal shelters. I used to work with kids with cancer here in Charleston, then Red Cross, then Happy Days and Special Times. People need help.
Yeah.
All sorts of people need help. I needed help. I was a young mom and needed help, and people helped me. You give back what you get. Everything goes forward. That's what I think.
Okay, that's good. We definitely want to talk about going forward, and I want to bring this situation to light, because from what I understand statistically is that if you're in prison, then more than likely you're at a 3rd grade level.
Correct. I have heard that.
Educational reading, whatever the case may be. So when you think about this charity program and how you got to get them to graduate to the 4th grade,
Yes.
that kind of speaks directly to the prison education system.
As prison, in my opinion, is a for-profit system. There are people in there that should not be in there because of misdemeanor offenses, and it's easier to just put them somewhere and not think about them anymore. It's a very class type of system. These people, regardless of your economic background, your educational background, your social background, your ethnicity, they're disposable. They've already been written off. The only thing they're good for right now is we can make money off them. They're people.
Yeah.
They have thoughts, they have feelings, they have dreams, they have the desires. And when they are stunted and they're spoken to and talked down to and not supported constantly, then they don't want to do better. There's no reason to do better. They've already been written off in life.
Yeah.
What this program does is to help make sure the kids don't fall through the cracks and become someone else that's written off in life. Because every person is important. You have no idea what they're going to be, what their potential is, until you talk to them, until you meet them, and not just in real life, not just in the little 45 minutes of the classroom, but actually see them. I mean, you're not allowed outside the classroom, but you have such little time to make an impact on someone, but even with a little time, you can make an impact.
Yeah. Were prisons always like that?
Not that I'm aware of. My understanding of prisons, they definitely were not for profit. They were to help. It was a deterrent to help fix a situation. I mean, there are people that go in prison and come out with college degrees. That's the exception, not the norm.
Right.
Prisons originally, from my understanding, were to keep bad people away. Not people who made bad choices, but bad people.
Yeah.
Everyone makes bad choices. You shouldn't be punished with it for the rest of your life. Different people make different choices, understandably.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you which choices are worse than whatever. I mean, everything is a matter of perspective. If you are selling drugs to pay for childcare and pay for food at your family, that's a whole different perspective than someone who goes out and kills someone. One of those you can take back, one of those you can't.
Yeah.
The kids that I see in these classes, my 3rd grade, he's jaded already. He's in 3rd grade and is subjected to all sorts of violence on TV and games. I mean, he plays Minecraft, which is not horrible, but you blow a lot of stuff up. And his heroes are superheroes, but not your shiny, glittery superheroes. Batman's his favorite.
One, the Dark Knight.
Yeah, his favorite one is Batman and Logan.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
like,
wow.
Two
of the darkest.
Yeah, do you not know that there's like good stuff in here? Well, they
Yeah.
do good things, yeah, but they do good things, but do you know why they became this way? Well, yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like, you think it's cool to grow up without parents and to have, well, no, that part's kind of bad. Okay. It's like,
Yeah.
dude. But no, I don't think that prisons should be the way that they are. They were supposed to be something to deter and not to promote. And I think that children are not disposable, and you protect them. The worst thing you can do is to walk by a child and not smile at them. Because all children want to see is an innocence in the world.
Yeah.
It's important to constantly promote that. Because there's so many things that change and skew their perspective. You have to show them that it's okay to be a kid. You have to show them that it's okay to be happy. And they don't know that anymore. Sorry, that bothers me.
Yeah.
So I work with kids a lot because they're not as jaded. They want to see good. They just don't know where to find it anymore. And to say that prisons are, you have adults that are at a third grade level, they were left behind for no reason.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to be. Communities are supposed to bring along and pull up everybody. And you have all these things, it takes a village to raise a child. Yes, it does. It truly does. I mean, the work, just in my jobs that I've had over my life, I bring in young people and try to show them different perspectives and how life is supposed to be. And I so never cry. I hate you for that. I'm totally ruining your makeup, and it was great. But here, let me get sarcastic for a second. So
Yes, I know, right?
gather
So you can
myself.
clear it up.
Let me clear myself up. Clutch pearls. But no, kids are important. And what happens is when you leave a kid behind, you're damaging the fabric of society, I think. Because what happens is they do become jaded, they do become angry, and they lash out at different things for different reasons. And they don't have to. Now, can you save everyone? No, I'm not a complete bleeding heart liberal, contrary to your opinion. But you bring a kid into the world, and as a parent, and even just as society, it's your responsibility to make sure that child does well.
Yeah.
This is a new thing. You wouldn't plant a tree and not water it. Why would you plant a kid and not take care of it and watch it grow and watch it put down roots and watch it spawn and watch it become this huge, massive thing that creates oxygen and creates things in the world and puts ideas and perspectives that you didn't think of. That gives a different view. Because they're not seeing things through your eyes. They're not seeing the jadedness. They're not seeing everything. They want to be pure. They want to have the innocence and the joy. And we take that from them. And we tell them they're not good enough. And we tell them they're not smart enough. Instead of reminding them, hey, you are the reason. You are the future. You are going to be everything that we want to be. You are the promise. So you nurture that by whatever means necessary. If it means that I spend 2 hours a week teaching a third grader to get through concepts, then that's what I'll do. If it means that I donate to a food bank or help sick kids if I can or whatever, that's what I'm going to do because I like little people. They're so much better than big people. They're brutally honest, whether you want them to be or not, but they're not out to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
And they're sponges. God, they pick up everything around them.
Good or bad.
Yeah. Sometimes the bad's like, whew. I don't know where you learned that from, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I think that in order to change where we are at in life, you have to start with something that doesn't know any better. Children don't know hatred. Children don't know stupidity. They're taught these things.
Yeah.
All of these things are taught behaviors.
Do you think there's a point where they are too far gone?
Never. Never. Never, 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 never. Because it has been my experience in life that the most hard-ass, badass people 9 out of 10 times, 2 minutes of actual deep conversation where you're talking to them and a hug, they'll crack. Because they haven't had that. They are so desperate for someone to understand them and to just hear them. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the greatest thing. You can just sit in a room with a kid, they'll do all the talking, much like I do. But, because they just want someone to listen. They don't even know if what they're saying is right, but they just want someone to listen to them and hear what their opinions and what their thoughts are, because it's a very different perspective than what you have. They don't see it the same way, and then when they start talking about things that are so above their concepts, you're kind of like, where did you get these ideas?
Yeah.
Where did you get these thoughts? Tell me why that's important to you. And you'd be amazed at the things that they say. So yeah, I talk to little people a lot.